All right, welcome everybody. It's Chris, and I am here with, oh, she's over there. There's Martha.
Good
Martha.
morning.
And Martha and I are going to spend a few minutes today. We're going to talk about her business, talk about her and everything that she's done, and find out what she's up to. So, Martha, thank you for being here with me today.
Well, thank you for interviewing me.
So, Martha, take me through your history. Like, take me through some of the jobs that you've had in your career, and talk to me about how they led to where you are today.
Oh my goodness. Okay. I was won't go back all the way because it's a long way, but I was an office administrator, and back in the middle 80s, they decided to move all of their clerical work back to Tonawanda, New York, and I didn't want to go. So I got a job as an office administrator right close by, and they lost their contract 2 years later. And so I said, ugh, I don't want to be interviewed again. You go through and you go through. And so one of my friends was running for state assembly. And I went over and I said, Tom, could you use a volunteer? Because I wasn't looking for a job. And because I knew computers, 2 weeks in, he said, you have a job and I want you to work for me. So for the next 15 years, I was the campaign coordinator for Assemblyman Tom Torlakson, Senator Tom Torlakson, Superintendent of Public Instruction for the state of California, Tom Torlakson. And so a lot of that time was taken up. In about 2010, I decided that, gee, maybe I wanted to get my little wings in, and I became a city council person. Then I decided, maybe that isn't for me exactly. So I became, well, I had been a realtor for the whole time. I became a real estate broker.
How long were you the council person? Like, how long did it take you to say this isn't for me?
2 years.
Okay. Yeah.
Politics is not what it seems when you're actually dealing with it.
Yeah.
I'm still a planning commissioner. I've been on the economic development. I still volunteer a whole lot. I'm on a lot of foundation boards. I do a lot of volunteer work, but just, yeah, it just wasn't for me. The other guys can do it. I'll support them. And I became a real estate broker and was doing very well at it. And in October of 2017, I came down with sepsis, which is a very serious disease, life-threatening. And for the next 9 months, I was on antibiotics and things. And I just was not, when I came out of it, I was not the same person.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have any energy or anything. And so one of my friends saw me and said, I have what's gonna help you out. And she introduced me to Arbonne.
Ah.
And Arbonne transformed my life. I got my energy back, I got my health back. During this time, I found out I had macular degeneration. So I wasn't gonna be able to go back driving people around in my car,
Mm-hmm.
because that's not a safe thing to do when your eyesight is failing. So people started asking me, what in the heck are you doing? Because I've always been really energetic and really a people person, and I hadn't been for a while until Arbonne came into my life. I told them, and my business started, grew organically, and I love helping people. So that's where I am today.
So for those who don't know, for people who are watching this who might not know, tell us a little bit about what Arbonne is.
Arbonne is now a 41-year-old company of healthy clean foods. FDA bans 11 things from what can go in and on our body, and the EU bans 1,400. Arbonne bans 2,000. So what you get is the top quality products to put in or on your body.
Mm.
It has nutritional lines, skincare line. I don't look 74, I don't think. So it's helped me both with my health and my skincare health. And the business is fantastic. The community is wonderful. Uh, all the people I work with are so engaging and helpful and want the best for you. So it's a wonderful company.
And the product that you were introduced to when you came out of your illness and you were feeling like a different person,
Yeah.
was there one particular product that you were introduced to?
It was
Or
the 30-day clean living, the clean eating product. I did 30 days, and 4 days in, I got my energy back, which for me, I'd been 9 months on antibiotics. I needed to really take all the toxins out of my body for it to rebound, and I felt amazing. And the story goes on from there. I still feel amazing.
and how many years ago was this? Did you say
Three.
2000? Yeah.
3 years ago.
3 years ago.
And during that time, I went from being consultant to a district manager, and now I'm an executive area manager. And I just love my team and love the product, and so I'm a happy camper.
Now, uh, and again, for people who don't know, Arbonne is a network marketing company.
It
And,
is.
and there are a lot of network marketing companies that have that for whatever reason have sort of painted a negative picture of network marketing. And so, from what I understand in talking to you, Arbonne has done things differently and is working hard to reverse that thinking. Can you talk about that just a
Exactly.
little bit?
We're not salesy.
Yeah.
We just share. It's all about the how we feel and how we make our clients feel. And for me, who's now a great grandma and loving what I do, I couldn't recommend it more for anyone.
And you've been doing Arbonne, you've been doing what you currently do for about 3 years now, and you've worked your way up, through the different levels. What,
Yes.
what are some of the things that you do to help others? What do you do to get out there and to promote yourself and because it really is your own business, isn't it?
It's everybody's in business for themselves, but not by themselves. And that's a big part of what I do. I not only share with my own clients, I help my team share with their clients and build their business and I've just helped so many people from blood pressure problems to pre-diabetes, everything. What's the word for it? Glycemic. We can take care of diabetics, are safe on our products. So that helps so many people. There's so many people that have so many toxins. Fast food has just deteriorated everybody. And our products are safe. You can give them to a child, our protein mixes.
You mentioned something interesting, which was about how you don't just service your clients and your team, but you focus on your team's clients as well.
Yes.
And that's something that you and I have talked about in the past, and I talk about it all the time, is when you become focused not just on your clients, but their clients, that's when a business really changes. Because now you're focused on like this second order individual that might never actually meet you or know you, but only through the service that you provided to your client to them.
Yes.
Do you agree with that?
I do. I do. Our business has really changed in this past year, which is how I got introduced to you because of social media. So sometimes the people I see are only on a screen, but the sharing, the love, the caring is all there, just the same.
What's been the biggest highlight of your time? I mean, I want to ask two questions. What was the biggest highlight of your time in doing what you do now? And what has been the biggest lowlight or the biggest challenge for you? So let's start with the highlight. What's been the biggest highlight over the past 3 years for you?
Making people better.
Yeah.
I see them get their health back. They call and they'll say, "Do you know my blood pressure hasn't stayed normal for so long, and the 2 weeks I've been on this product, it doesn't go up and down anymore." Things like that, that I'm helping them get off medication. I'm helping them feel better about themselves and look better.
probably important to mention that, results are going to vary. People have to stick on the
Oh
programs. They
yeah,
have, they
they
have to
have,
take the products,
and they do.
and
They
you're
do.
not able to guarantee any kind of results. We always have to,
No, I
make
can't.
sure, we're
Thank you for
talking about within
pointing that out.
compliance. But
Thank you for pointing that out. But no, there's no guarantee. But I have been able to help many, many people.
yeah.
So
And
that's the high point.
what was the low point? What was the biggest challenge for you?
You'll laugh because I am a people person. Getting social media could help my business. There was a lull there when the pandemic first started, where I couldn't reach out,
Hmm.
couldn't have the one-on-ones because I enjoy face-to-face, and so I had to learn Zoom. I had to learn how to use Facebook to accent my business. So it was a low point, and then you came along, and it's now one of the high points.
Well, that's very. Thank you. I'm honored. All I did was teach. You're the one doing the work, so you're the one the credit goes to you on that. Was it?
Well, thank you, but you've helped a lot of people and introduced me to a whole other group of people that you're helping. So it's been a blessing.
We do have a really uplifting community, I think is the right word.
Yes,
The community is very, we do cheer each other on. What was,
everyone wants to help.
were you using social media before, like in 2019? Had you been using social media, or were you doing it all as a face-to-face kind of thing?
It was all one-on-one.
It was.
Yeah, you'd have four or five people in a house. You'd have a little meeting in a house and share the products and
Yeah.
things. But no, basically, the pandemic changed all of that.
The pandemic really just like kind of put the brakes.
It
Just
did
you had
on a lot of things. On a lot of things.
you had to just stop.
Even visiting family.
Yeah.
So it's been really a joy to be able to still reach out to people and help them and through social media. I don't know that after this is all over, we'll all go back to exactly the way that was.
It's a really good point. In that we have really learned a lot about how to use the internet in place of that in person. I mean, this is true for network marketers, but it's true for anybody.
It
If
is.
if your clients are online, then you can get to them, and
Exactly.
it does save some time.
It does save time, but if family, everyone has saved time. Christmas was via the social media this year.
Yeah, that's true. It was a Zoom. It was the holidays were all Zoom holidays, weren't they?
But because of that, so many more people could get together. So there is a high point to that. I have a nephew in Puerto Rico, who we had Christmas together,
Isn't that
opening up
amazing?
presents. That wouldn't have happened before. But social media has been a blessing to a lot of families and a lot of entrepreneurs.
When you were going from meeting face to face in those small groups or one on one, and you realized that social media was the only way, like, and before we met and before you came through the program, what was like? How did that feel for you? What was the emotion? What emotions were going through your
It
mind?
was not as satisfying because, like I said, I'm a real people person, and I didn't know how to communicate as well as I do now because of the training that we've had from you, and it was frustrating that I couldn't help as many people because I couldn't get my message out.
I would imagine that realizing that social media was the only way that you had available to you, and then coming on, there are people who had been using social media. It's very easy to compare yourself to the people who had been doing it and say, I can never do this.
Yes, especially at the age I am, being a great grandma. Um, I've lived a long time, so it was retraining and really having to think of things in a whole different way. So couldn't sit down with someone and have them taste a fizz or taste a shake or whatever. Uh, Use the skincare. We used to have spa days. That just doesn't happen anymore
Yeah.
because we just haven't been able to do that. But because of that, I can take a film of myself, a life of myself, making my shake or putting on my face mask, and communicate to so many others.
I
It's
think
opened up a lot.
that's a really good point, is that where you used to, be limited to 5 people
Mhm.
who were experiencing your service and your product, you
Correct.
can now present that to 50 or 500 people with possibly less effort. But I think we need to pay respect to that. It's a different experience when you do
It
it through a
is
screen.
totally
Like
different.
you and I are having a different experience today than if you and I were sitting having coffee together having this conversation.
Correct. Exactly. But I still, we're learning, I think, to be better communicators online. Um, it's opened up a whole new world for me,
Mhm.
really. I went on this morning, I got to see my great grandbabies, all 3 of them, with their moms over the weekend. So I posted my picture, and that wouldn't have ever happened. Over 150 people have seen me and the 3 generations that would have never seen that
Yeah.
because you carry it around in your wallet.
Right.
And only the people that you see, or you email it to people. So, yeah, it's changed the whole way we think about communication.
Talk to me about being authentic online versus trying to just imitate others. There's a real difference that happens when you stop imitating others and you become yourself online. And when I observe you in your posts online, you are very true to yourself. What is that like for you?
If you let that change, you don't have a life. You need to be. You can't copy other people. You can take ideas, but you have to make them your own. You can't just post things to be posting things. You have to have the feeling behind it. You have to have the knowledge behind it. So, if you're
You,
not authentic, people see it. People know.
you have such a varied amount of experience,
Yes, I do.
both in politics and in business and in real estate, and now as an entrepreneur. How does all of that sort of work together for you as you're working online? What is that?
I've been exposed to a lot of things. It's fun. One of my interns is now a congressman.
Wow.
So I knew him when he was 18, and now he's a dad with kids, and he's in Congress. So the, meeting people of all varied types and forms with all of their problems, because in politics you normally see people that they come to you because they're having trouble. They don't normally think about it unless they're having trouble. Um, it's helped me tremendously. All the different variations of my life has been helpful.
Do
I
you,
feel compassion. I feel empathy. I want to make people happy. I want to make people fulfilled. And it's all helped.
do you find that, like, while you're working, while you're say promoting yourself through social media, or while you're talking with people, do you draw upon specific experiences that you might have had decades ago? Like, does that register, or is it just something that just flows?
It flows. It flows.
Yeah.
Um, but I can empathize with a mom that doesn't have enough time to spend with their babies, that maybe needs another source of income to be
Mhm.
able to take them for ice cream. I know about all those things. So it does flow, but you think back, you recognize the the troubles they may be having, and the how you can solve them.
Yeah. Wait, so you've been through the course. You and I have spent a tremendous amount of time together. What if you think about it? What was the most profound impact to you, without, of course, without giving away the secrets? We don't want to give away the secrets, but what was the most profound impact for you as you went through this process of self-discovery and your ability to market yourself, using social media?
The class is so much more than I thought it I knew what social media was. I knew I didn't know how to do it.
Mhm.
But I have grown from how I used to think of social media and how I thought of myself on social media and how to reach out to people on social media. You have taken me from being afraid to now feeling like I don't know it all. I am definitely not an expert, but I feel confident and comfortable, and I feel like I can communicate that to the people that I want to influence with my business, but also influence in my personal on the personal level.
Mhm. We, we
And that class, it's 6 weeks of intense. The first week I thought, oh my gosh, what have I gotten myself into?
mhm.
And am I going to be able to keep up? But your tutelage and your openness to questions, answers, your respect you gave for the fact that maybe Martha wasn't as far along as she might have been. You've been so patient in guiding through that now I may not know how to tackle it, but you've given me tools that I can go back to. I can reread, I can relook at our classes because you filmed them for us, and continue to grow even after the class is complete.
It's interesting. It's a class on social media marketing, but truly, it's really just a class on how to communicate with people so that when they realize they need what you have, you're the only source for that solution.
Yes, but that you've taught us also.
I think that's the overarching intent, is that this can span. This isn't just Facebook or LinkedIn or Instagram. This is everything.
It's everything, and it's given me a whole new way of thinking about communication.
You said something interesting to me in our very last session together, and if you don't remember, it's okay, but I can remind you. But you said that you felt like you were brand new,
Oh, reborn as far
reborn.
as social, yeah,
Yeah.
as far as social media. And they say you can't teach an old dog new tricks, but you can. I'm proof. No matter what your age, because I've got my team is from 18 to myself at 74. I have all ages in between who all are, they may know the tricks, but they don't know how the communication works.
Yeah.
You can know a trick, and you've taught me some fantastic tricks. I'm amazed every day of, oh, I know how to do that.
Yeah.
Oh, I can just go here. But the way you've done it has a psychology behind it that has brought me along from Pareto to Buddha to, the mind, just the
It's
mindset steps. It's been terrific. I've really, really thoroughly enjoyed it.
it's very scientific. It's philosophical, it's psychological, it's scientific, it's research driven. It's
Yes,
to your point, you can know a trick, and a trick might work sometimes,
right.
but we've created something very profound.
You need to know how to use the trick,
Yeah.
and you've taught us that.
What's next for you? Like, so here we are, early 2021. What's next for you? Like, what's in your near field and far field horizons?
Well, I really want to be a regional vice president and
Hmm.
possible national vice president, and you giving me those tools. You honestly have of how to grow my team on social media. I want to be able, one of the reasons that Arbonne has been so great for me is when I got here, I didn't have much of a retirement. So, in order to live the life the way I do, to be able to travel and see those grandbabies great grandbabies and great great grandbabies. I wasn't going to be able to do that on Social Security, and the sky is the limit now. I mean, it's you work hard. It's not the same for everyone, like you said, but I have the tools to do what I need to do to fulfill my life.
Yeah, that's incredible. For people who are watching this who might be at the beginning of their careers, or at the early stages of becoming an entrepreneur, because it's really what you are, is you're an
Yes.
entrepreneur. So for the people who are at the very early stages of that, what one piece of advice would you give them overall, considering that they could be in any, they could be in any niche? What one piece of advice would you give them?
That you need to work hard. You need to know what you're saying. You need to become an expert at what you are selling, no matter what it is. And if you follow the tricks, the trades, the talents through, you'll get there. Just don't quit.
It's really a never give up, isn't it? It's,
It is.
like we hear
Just
somebody
don't
say.
quit. And if they're lucky enough to find someone like you who has those talents, because you've been very engaging and made this time so mind expanding and uplifting for me. And it's true of young ones that are just now learning. How lucky are they that they can get in on the ground floor and maybe not go through all the traumas that some of us that are a little older and had to know. So
Yeah, I think that's some remarkable advice. You are amazing to me. You are an inspiration to me.
well, you
Um,
are a genius.
uh,
Yes.
this is supposed to be me interviewing you, but thank you.
But thank you for that.
Thank you.
You've made me feel amazing and comfortable and confident,
Good.
which is fantastic.
I think that's just such a great foundation. That's what I want to do for you. I want to do that for your clients as well. I want that to pass through to them, and I see that that's happening. But your advice is amazing, and I think anybody can take away something from this. You have this treasure trove of information because you have so much experience that anybody can benefit from. So I'm very grateful for you.
And I'm very grateful that I got on and happened to listen to something that you were promoting at a time, and wasn't something that I even thought about until I saw you, and I decided to go for it, and I am ecstatic that I did.
I'm so grateful for that, and thank you for that. I've enjoyed our time together today. Thank you for spending time interviewing me, and getting to share what you do with the world. And
Thank you.
yeah, we'll circle back around, and we'll have a little reunion at some point. Get together again.
That'd be terrific. Thank you so much, Chris.
Wow, thank you so very much. You're amazing.
Thank you. Bye now.